So, what was the story till this? That Androcles was the slave. His master was very cruel, and once, as he was not a coward, he was not a scared person. Then also he decided that he will get a chance, as well as he will get the opportunity. He will run away from there. Now, once he decided, one day he got the chance and he ran away from that. He escaped from there and just reached the forest. As we know that Androcles was not a coward, which situation shows that he was ready to live with the wild animals but not to live with that cruel master. Okay, so this shows that the Androcles was having a lots of courage. Now he spent his days in that. Okay, he made the forest as his shelter, and one day when he was in search of his food, he saw a lion. Okay, he was ready to run from there, but once when he saw that the lion was very piteously looking at him, he needs the help. The Androcles moved and went near to that lion. He saw that the lion was in deep, he was in injured. Okay, his paw was injured. So Androcles helped him. He took out the throne as well as he teared his own clothes and made it as a first aid. After that, he haven't stopped over there. But what he did, he just wanted to give that lion that whenever he will cover it up, he will get well soon. Then only I'm going to leave that lion. So as well as he was giving a food to that lion. Okay. So that was the story till we have seen. Let us see what happened. Now, once when the Androcles was living the life in the forest, okay, when he was in the forest, he was serving for that lion. The lion and Androcles became very fond of each other. They were very close to each other. Like, okay, every time whenever the Androcles went for the hunting, lion follows him. Okay, they both were became the friends. And once when we are looking forward to the master, what he did, the master, the Androcles master complained to the authorities. Okay, and what complaint he has given, that the one of my slave, that is Androcles, had ran away. One Androcles has ran away, and I want my slave to be black. Soldiers were on duty. They searched in all the directions. They went everywhere in that state, but they haven't saw. But at the end, they reached the forest. Okay, and Androcles they found there. They came to the forest and where the Androcles was living. They caught the Androcles. Let's see what happened next. It is so happened that Androcles had gone out alone that day, while the lion rested near the cave. Okay, what we have seen that the Androcles was whenever he was going for hunting, lion used to follow him. But on the same day, when the soldiers reached the forest, that day only, the lion was taking rest in the cave, and Androcles was alone searching for the food. Both of them fell into the hands of soldiers. Okay, what? Half of the soldiers went to this side, and half of the soldiers were with other side. And they found, half of the soldiers found the lion, and the other group of other soldiers, they found the Androcles. Okay, they both fell into the hands of soldiers. The soldiers took them back to the city. They put Androcles in the chains in a prison. The lion was caged. Okay, they were kept separately. Androcles was kept in the prison by having chains in his hands and everywhere, and the lion was kept in the cage. In those days, people who were found to be guilty of serious crime were fed to wild beasts as punishment. Okay, what was the punishment decided for the person who was guilty? Those who have done the crime, they have to be given as a feast for the wild animals as a punishment. It was their punishment. Okay, so running away from one's master was a very serious crime at that time. As we know that the masters were very cruel, what rule they have decided that if the slave has ran away, we are going to give that slave or feed that slave to the wild animal. That was the rule. Therefore, Androcles too was to be thrown to the wild beast. What was decided that they are going to throw Androcles in front of that wild beast. It was decided. The punishment was decided. On the appointment day, means on the day when the Androcles is going to be punished, the emperor arrived at the circus and took his place. Just imagine, you must have to just imagine that the emperor was sitting on the throne, okay, watching. The big ground was below there, and he was appointed as a head, and the circus was about to start. Circus in the sense, the wild animal will be left, and the punishment, those who have been the guilty, will be given for the fed. The crowds cheered loudly. The trumpets blew the trumpet, and Androcles was brought into the arena. Arena means what? The ground where everywhere the cage was there, and the prisoner, that is the guilty person, was kept over there. So the Androcles was put into that arena. His chains were unbound. They have opened the chains. He felt weak and dismayed. Now they must have not given anything for eating. They are going to give him a punishment. So he was feeling very weak. He was certain that was the last day of his life. What was decided that it should be the last day. And he was also came to know that today I am going to die. The punishment is decided for me. At the opposite end, okay, at the other side, a gate was raised, and a furious lion was released into an arena. What was the situation? That when they opened the gate of that wild animal, the furious lion, a very wild animal, was coming out of that cage. It had been kept hungry to make more of his precious. Now, what they done? They have not given anything for eating of the lion, because they wanted that he should be killed. Androcles should be killed very badly. So they to make that precious one, they haven't given that lion for anything for eating. Okay, so both the Androcles as well as the lions, both of them were very hungry. But suddenly it stopped in its track. Then it moved slowly forward. All its rage seems have been melted. Androcles saw this too. Each friend recognized the others. Now what happened? When the Androcles and the lion were in front of each other, Once the lion was very ferocious, was very hungry, he was having a loud voice. But once when he saw the person in front of him, that was the Androcles, it stopped making the noise and slowly it moved forward and melted down. Melted down means it was calm. And both of them recognized, they have identified that this is the lion whom I have helped. And the lion also recognized that this is the Androcles who helped me. To everyone's amazement, the lion bound towards the Androcles again. What did you can see the picture? The lion was bound towards the Androcles. But when it reached him, it began to purr and rub the noise again him. Yes, he was very calm and he was saying thank you in his own body language, that he was rubbing his nose and purring. Androcles hugged the lion. He wept with the relief and joy. Yes, Androcles, what he did? He was also very fond of his friend. He also missed him. So they both each other have hugged and they got a relief, the satisfaction of meeting the friend. Yes, so that was the end. The audience, yes, the people, those who have came there to see how the furious or how the dangerous death is given to the guilty person, both the audience as well as the emperor watched this tender sight in the great wonder. What did they were very amazed, they were surprised that how a wild animal who was hungry for so many days was not at all eating that person but just rubbing the nose in front of him. How did it happen? People began to cheer Androcles and asked him to release. All the audience, what did they ask? That yes, Androcles should be free or he should be released. The emperor asked Androcles to explain the lion's strange behavior. As the emperor, he was amazed. He asked Androcles, "What happened, Androcles? Why this lion is rubbing his nose in front of you? Why he is very happy to see you?" And when he heard the whole story, Androcles told that once I have helped the lion in the jungle, he was very piteously looking at me and he wanted the help from me and I helped him. The whole story was listened by all the audience and the emperor, and the emperor also moved by the gratitude and friendship between the man and the beast. Yes, they all are very gratitude. They were very happy and satisfied that the man and the beast, that is the wild animal, is being friend of each other. He ordered that Androcles should be set free. He would no longer be a slave. What was the release for Androcles? That he is not going to be a slave for the master. When the emperor asked Androcles what other rewards he would like, what? The emperor asked that, yes, you made me happy. I'll give you the rewards. What you would like to have? Androcles replied that he did not want anything for himself. What did he say? That he was very down to earth person and he said that I don't want anything for myself, but he wanted the lion to be free. Okay, he wanted that lion should be set free. The two friends went back to the forest to live a free life. Yes, Androcles also joined the lion and ever after he was living in that forest. Both of them went back to the forest. This was the story all about Androcles and the lion.